The toilet is hooked up to the sewer line. The plumbers came down and dropped
I
a...
think what Ophlia is saying is part of the order was because there was water in that trench that had the conduit in it.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
yeah, that's not right.
That's not perfect.
That's not
No,
good.
it's not
No.
perfect.
Would not be electrocuted.
Right,
while we
that's
exactly
that's
right.
not
while
good.
we
That's
dug
not
that
good.
trench.
So
While we got
the
that
water's not
water
being.
to-
Let's just clarify it. I don't want to keep going back over the same
Okay.
thing. City's not cleaning it up. City's not providing resources. The water's not getting turned back on. An environmental services company has got to come out here and clean it up. Whether you pay for it or you abandon it in place and leave it with the property owner. Bottom line, that's what's got to get done.
Okay, so that's my other option then if I can't afford the other.
That's right.
Okay, so the only thing is okay, Ophelia, I know this...
This area you just told us that is contaminated by sewer.
Well, everything here is. This is why everything got put up. My
Up to
cart,
the carpet
rugs,
over there.
everything.
Up to the carpet.
Okay, so I know how to disinfect it. I do. I know how to disinfect it. Need a little water. That's it. You know.
So Ophilia's already said
yeah,
it's
not
to
no
be
water,
done-
right.
It's to be done by an environmental cleanup service, not by yourself. If you elect
Yeah.
to do that, then you're going to be in violation of the
No.
health department's order.
Okay,
And that's
I
that's
need
our
all that.
direction. Okay.
You can email me all that, right?
All right. Is there anything else we need to go over then this morning?
You can come to our office later this morning and I'll give you the notice.
Okay.
All right.
With the report?
Now, is there any?
out
Now,
to
what
the
about
front.
removing my stuff? I'm okay with removing my stuff.
I had already told you what to do.
Yeah.
As long as it's okay with health department, what I put on the yellow tag
Yeah.
was the access was only for removal of possessions and to make repairs.
Sure.
It's
Okay.
not considered habitable.
No, it's not. It hasn't been, and I mean, how this got like this is just unreal. And see this layer right here?
How it got here is because you did it.
Well,
let's not
no,
mince words here.
Oh,
This didn't just happen. You did it.
no, this happened right here. This pipe right here was existing inside. This is a French drain, draining sewage that is going every square inch of this house. I did not do that. I did not put the mold in the wall. Okay, did not do that.
You said you did all this.
Well, this was remediated. This was, yes, very slowly over a period of a month and a half. Sammy has the pictures.
Here, if we
The owners saw this. They threw out the whole thing. They were here. 3 separate owners were here on site and viewed this, looked at it, and walked away. Okay.
All right.
So I had called every single office, every single department, and it was told to put it was put back on the owners. It was told to contact the owners about it. Contact the owners. We couldn't get anyone out here. I tried to get the power. This right here, the water's been off.
Yeah.
You see the water? It's still leaking.
Okay.
It's still coming through here. Okay. The water's been turned off. This is still coming.
Okay.
Water's still coming in the bathroom.
All right, and that's something that ultimately the property owner is going to have to remedy. So I think we've got this part straightened out. I think we owe Sammy about 10 or 15 minutes of our time. We've been all together about half an hour, 40 minutes. We'll
thank
circle
you for
back.
your time.
All right? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank
What is
you.
your name?
John. Nice to meet you.
So, John,
Nice to meet you.
the proper thing for me would have just been to turn my back on it and to allow the neighbors and everyone else to be
Well, of
poisoned.
course you know the answer to that is no.
Yeah.
You know that.
I know.
Okay.
But
We're
I
going to
mean,
meet with Sammy
good
for a bit
channel.
then.
Okay.
And you can anticipate something from the health department.
You gonna
Thanks.
meet with who?
Okay.
Huh?
He's gonna meet with who?
Candy,
Yeah.
because it's his property.
Yeah.
Okay, so
You're so
we're gonna
full of
find
shit.
a hazardous waste company.
No,
And,
this.
and they're gonna
Yeah.
Well, then they could,
That's right. So we're gonna have someone get this stuff off.
So they got hazardous waste and we can't remove it.
It's illegal for us to remove it, and yet we're ordered to do it, so we're ordered to financially do
because you're
it.
not getting your water back.
Yeah, but look, see, here's the water line goes right straight through here.
Yeah, I know.
That water line's broken.
But they're not giving you the water back. So. And Ophelia just totally
picture of her.
avoided questions I said, Ophelia, isn't it your job to, you know, look after the health of the people? Well, yes, it is.
Did you have a report?
Yeah.
Everyone saw me giving her the report, so she said she didn't get it through her email. It's bullshit. I said, look, it's
There's the report right there in the window.
yeah, well, I handed her. I don't have that. And she all smiled all like, so I gave her, that's what I just,
Well, here.
Here, I have it
Okay.
right here.
Got one for you.
He's
No, I
telling
did.
problem.
I said to her, isn't it your responsibility, the health department's responsibility to look after the health of the people, not the building? She said, well, yes, it's the health department's responsibility to look after the health of the people. I said, well,
Hello.
what did you do? My friend
So did we send
here.
it to everyone in the, we need to send it to everyone in the health department, not just her. And the city attorney as well.
But
And then we need to follow up on what happened here today and what the agreement was, and then we have to pay for it, and the city's turning their back. And then they got city health problems.
So you know my ace is the fact that I got the compliance, that I got the inspections. They allowed this property to be granted.
did you get his card, the code compliance card?
But he still didn't get
Get
his
his
card.
card. Card, some code compliance. Let's see what
Did
he
you get
has.
his card?
No, I got the other guy's card.
Oh yeah.
Which one you got the guy?
Yeah, we gotta remember it.
Oh,
Here.
he's the yellow tagger.
Yeah, the yellow tag.
Did you get the yellow tag guy?
His card.
Huh?
Did you get the yellow tag guys?
No,
card?
there.
Get his
Wait
card.
till they're done talking before they disperse.
I got the code I got the other guy's card. She's in here somewhere. Cause I'm gonna call Jason.
So we need to send the letters to the.
And they said, well, we don't care. That's up to you how you get it out. But if you get it out without a hazardous waste thing,
Hell no.
you're gonna.
It still falls under the purview of the fire. And I asked the code compliance guy. I said, you know, my understanding from the city charter, the city municipal code, is that this falls under the purview of the fire department. He said I wouldn't know anything about that.
Yeah, right. I'm sure they wouldn't. Would they know anything about that in court?
Here.
We'll have to change the menu or make it LA. It's gonna be huge.
That's what lawyers
Huh?
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, you're absolutely do.
We can't have a venue
out
in
of
Pasadena. We go to court. We go to court in Pasadena.
because Ophelia is still acting for Tony.
Yeah. These were pretty good pictures. I couldn't get that one. I kept asking you. I said, I can't get it from. I got it into the computer,
No, that's he's showing up.
but I didn't get it.
Hand him the pictures.
I showed him. I tried to hand it to him. They all like backed away. They
Yes,
didn't
she
want to look
did.
at
She
it.
really did.
I did. I stuck it in their face every opportunity, everything. I showed him the mold.
Every
and he goes,
time
well,
they
I
turn around, she tried to put it in their
And he
face.
started saying, show me exactly where it was. And I had pictures, and they didn't want to see the pictures, right?
Tell me, what would you see it look like? And
I need to make an order. I want an order. I'm going to request that an order be made. Help me with this. An order to be made. So these guys can test the soil. force the owners to test the soil for VOCs. I have reason to believe that there's toxic substances on the site. Huh? You told me your brain.
Planning and development, this guy is from. Code compliance manager, Jon Ophlia.
Here, let me ask him this thing.
Guy on the sign. Yeah, get that guy's card. You guys have that.
Say, excuse me. I wanted to give him a card. Condition card.
Okay, I already gave it.
Yeah.
I brought 3. I already gave them all away.
Thanks. Brian Miller. Each one of these.
Yeah.
Best thing. On top of all this, I'm really sick, and I'm allergic to the medication that they standard for this. I can't take antibiotics at all, and I can't take tetanus. Anaphylactic shock. So being away from here, I cleared way up. You know.
That's a ampersand. That's one of those.
When I pulled up the bathroom floor, because it came up just by itself. She lost 15 pounds
You gotta
overnight,
go with your attorney.
and it's just unreal. You know. Can I
All right.
have a request too?
What's up? What do you say? Good deal. Next time.
Thank you very much.
Okay. What's your request?
The request is, can you have, because we can't afford it, but we have reason and cause to believe that there is a toxic substance in the ground.
That's out of my
emissions.
purview.
Can you make an order to have...
You know what? When Hazardous Waste looks at it, they'll make that determination. That would be your part, getting the company to come and clean up, and they'll determine that. Because if there's anything there, and then it'll come into place and being handled.
Yeah, there's an expression.
Okay.
That's outside of our purview. So.
Okay.
All right.
Can I get how would I go about getting a copy of the meter read? Because the meter is
Water and power. Call water
I
and power.
have. They said everything goes to Tony Escamara.
No, not the meters don't.
The meter does. He made that order to the meter guy. Huh? And
Meter's
her,
main.
yeah.
Well, she should be able to call and get a final.
Yeah.
But they took the meter, okay, Tony told the guy and made it ordered. All reports come through him. And so I have not been able to get a single
Tony
thing.
doesn't control water and power. He's not some omnipotent God. He can't tell water and power. Divert all reports.
But he did say that.
If you need something from water and power on your account, call water and power. Tony cannot just have all paperwork diverted to him and bypass you.
Last bill.
Call water and power.
Let me give you the number. You gotta.
The meter's
I'll
at
give you the number
the
to
city
call.
yard.
All right. It's a water and power. Call them up.
I got their number. You ready?
Huh?
Okay.
Okay.
I'll give you the supervisor.
I've been really sick. This is just
Water
been
and
so
power.
hard.
Yeah, 744.
And then, is there any way I could get some financial assistance for hiring these people?
Well, you're not going to get a financial assistance for cleaning this up. The only
if that
financial
doesn't-
assistance the
yeah,
city
and if that
has
doesn't work,
is
then
like
we can
Section
get
8 housing, or they have a loan program where they loan people first and last month rent. So if you call the housing department, they're up. The housing department's up at they're in an offsite location at Orange Grove and Fair Oaks, and they have a rental assistance
Or you
program.
can go down to City
But
Hall.
they don't.
They're
The city
there.
doesn't have money to clean this up or like all that stuff we talked about. They don't have that. They only have the rental assistance program, and the MASH program. But that's for minor repairs on the house and painting. The only other thing would be the housing department for the rental assistance program.
Yeah. I mean, this did not start out like this. It was a slow process that took a long time.
Okay.
And it was like, I didn't even know the pipes were leaking in the walls until we saw the water coming out after the floor was up.
Okay,
And, you know, it was like, I brought in every single plumber to try to have it paid for, but they said it has to be repiped. It was too expensive.
You know
I
what?
forwarded him everything.
This is something you're gonna have to tell the judge.
Do you all generate a report from being out here today? Do you all generate a report
We're not
from being
generating
out
a
here
report.
today?
No.
I'll give you guys a
You don't
call.
have, you're not gonna, there's no reports generated?
The only thing that's gonna be generated
Can you give
is
us
something from
confirmation
Ophelia's
that
side.
you got the report? I'll write it down. Yeah. I'll
So
write it down.
you can
Okay.
anticipate
So,
something
so
from her.
you generated
no other
report
reports will be-
Well, here, if you want it,
Not from us, yeah, no.
then you can send it.
What about the original Tony
we sent it to
Escamara
you
report?
already.
Or
I don't know what he did. I don't know what he's gonna. He's probably going to provide a report to the property owner on what repairs need to be done. Or let me
Yes, I'm
rephrase
gonna
that.
write
He
something.
may provide a report to the property owner on the repairs that need to be
When I
made.
can
That'll go to
finish,
the property owner.
I'll call you guys when I
Okay.
finish.
Well, everyone refused the information I had for them.
Celia has
They
the
send
information
they
we've
send
got.
one email. and I'm
Partial.
sure it's
That's just a small
You
partial.
can forward the rest of it to us if you want.
there. Yeah.
Whether or not
They
that's
send
going
to
to
Tony,
be
Tony
included or used in
Otherwise,
the
I don't
decision
have
making, I don't know.
Okay, when you call
Yeah, well,
her,
it's,
so
She called
I
us.
had everyone.
she never, she
Email. Somebody email your name on it.
So it's rectified and fixed. We have people
That's
now
all.
with
No, they came
sounders,
to us. I called.
ground-based radar, tell us there's water coming through here.
Okay, maybe you can.
Remediation people
All right, that's something you can tell the judge. This is very unusual, but you can tell the
Tell
judge.
her
So,
your name.
I go to
Okay.
housing too. I talk to them and see
Yeah.
what kind of help they can give you immediately.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, we're
Thanks,
like,
Ophelia.
we spent everything just, and we did it
Thanks,
to
Joel.
protect everyone, you know, because
Yeah.
when I pumped out the sewage from under there, I figured that was it.
Well, yeah, talk to housing. See what housing can do for you.
And that's in the city of Pasadena?
Yeah, the housing department. Okay, because they do have
This
like
is-
emergency help, but it wouldn't be to clean up. It would be housing help.
Oh, we need that,
Yeah.
you know.
Okay, so start there, and I don't know
We've
what else to say.
we've called every agency in the county, every agency in the city,
Right.
and just have been just completely run and run around and run around. The gas guy was like the most straight up when he came out, and he told us that, you know, you got a real problem here. You got gas expression. This is dangerous. It's not good. And
So at that point, you guys have records that you talk to the health department, any kind of
Oh, yeah.
written records, or then I would go with that and help you in court.
oh yeah,
But
we got
it's,
phone records.
It's going to be a civil matter, like John was saying. It'll be a civil matter.
They have records.
Well, how could this? I mean, I just
Other,
don't, what I
other
don't
records
understand
have
is.
disappeared.
See, we found out from the neighbors that people were moved in here, got sick, and moved out within 2 months. Got sick. Some of them left in an ambulance.
Then that's somebody that you want to subpoena if, when you get a court case going. It's hard for us to come in at this point with this level of demolition being done, with everything being the way it is. It doesn't look good for you guys because generally this doesn't happen. The tenant, and I understand.
People take out bathroom
they have,
walls,
no.
only bathroom walls, and dig a trench for what reason?
The
Because
trench
they're
wasn't
crazy.
dug.
They
No,
just
but
decide
what I'm
to do
saying
it.
is, as a renter,
As a
Yeah.
renter.
okay, that's what's unusual about it.
Yeah.
To see a homeowner do something like this,
Well,
that
they
kind of
forced us
stuff
to
we
pay the
see.
water.
But let me
Go
just
ahead.
explain to you
Yeah.
that it makes it really difficult for us to say, all right, you guys are the bad guys. He's the bad guy. What's going on here? It's when the problem is there as you saw it. Would have been the time to get somebody. So if
We
you
tried.
called that,
Yeah.
let me
We were
finish.
living
no,
in
let
it.
me
Right.
Yeah.
If you've got some evidence that you talked to them, then that would help you. If you've got neighbors that you can subpoena to say that the previous tenants came in and out, the fact that the house in the back is in the condition that it is, that it's not even being rented, calls into question this guy saying, well, obviously I wouldn't rent anything that was substandard. When you look at the property as a whole, you guys didn't do this stuff to the back house. So, it's not for us to judge, but something's definitely not right.
Yeah.
But it's not good for you guys that all of this has been demoed. And I understand why you say you did it. I understand that.
Yeah.
Okay, I've actually done mold remediation myself.
Oh, okay.
And so I understand that
So you saw
aspect of it. But I
the-
also my wife is a housing inspector in LA, and these kinds of things you call the health department. Health department comes out. So I don't understand
We were
what
told
kind of
that it's a
disconnect.
government thing. They said
Well,
we
I
had
don't-
sewage.
I don't know. I don't know who you talk to. Or,
The good thing about Brian is he documents everything.
Okay,
Yeah.
but that's so you're gonna end up going to court on this.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's
Well, no,
it's
Definitely.
definitely
Yeah.
because I told
spent
the
a lot
owner
of money
here
and-
where he was talking about the property and how much damage do you think. I said, well, first of all, I said the amount of money you're gonna have to spend to bring this property back up goes well beyond anything that these folks did, because it needs a replumb. It needs work on the sewer lines. You know, it's obvious that the thing had been leaking.
Yeah.
I can't speak to the sewage
Yeah.
thing, but I can definitely speak to the water thing just looking at the conditions of the pipe. So I'm telling him that it's not all you guys. And the fact that you've got that building in the back, if code enforcement saw that building a year or two ago, we would have ordered them. Well, I'm not code enforcement, I'm building. But he would have been ordered to clean up that property and fix it up, make it happen.
Isn't code enforcement required to inspect the building before each new tenant moves in?
No,
Or
it's only when it changes owners. Yeah, the occupancy inspection is when it changes hands. And again, I'm speaking of code enforcement. I'm not in code enforcement. I'm in the building department. If the house had changed hands,
It did 2
No.
years ago.
no, I mean bought and sold.
Bought and sold 2 years
Yeah, we
ago.
had
And it should,
on
yeah.
Google.
Okay,
On
and
Google,
on
they
there,
show
the,
for sale
hold on,
sign.
wait a minute.
Okay.
Not only that, the city, the owner came and slapped this thing on me about 2 months after we'd been in, because the neighbor in the back had called the city a bunch of times trying to get the trees cut around the power lines, okay? So the owner put it in my hands and said, okay, there's an order, you have to take care of this, right? And I said, it's not my responsibility, whatever. They got very strange.
This owner?
Threatened us.
Yeah.
Yeah, but him and the other guys who come, I have all the names.
But I'm saying this is before it changed hands.
No, it
No.
changed hands 2 years ago. We've been here about 8 months. Okay? We had an
So he ordered
18-month lease.
us to
So that's what I'm
cut
saying,
the
it's this owner.
trees.
Yeah, this owner. Yeah, and so what happened was,
But we don't know what kind of condition this was in 2 years ago.
no, but what I'm saying though is that I was, so I called when the lady told me in the back. She said that the lines were sparking.
Right.
It was like she couldn't get any help. She was screaming over the. I called. Code enforcement came, okay, to check it off. I had to cut them all. We tried to hire millers and all kinds.
Code enforcement wouldn't write a citation for you. They would write it for the owner.
They did.
See, that's
They-
what.
That's
They did.
what we did wrong.
Yeah,
we
this
didn't know. We
They
didn't
did.
know.
But they put it on ours.
Your problems,
Put it on
okay?
us.
Your problems. Just listen to me for a second. You're going in a bunch of different directions at once.
Yeah.
You've well overstepped any kind of authority that you have. I appreciate that it appears that you had some serious problems here.
yeah.
The way they were dealt with is very unfortunate for you guys. Okay? Now, if you got documentation that you approached the health department about this,
Yeah.
you're going to want that. If you get any kind of witnesses from the neighbors, you're going to want that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? Beyond that, I really can't help you with this. The tree thing, all this stuff.
Oh, no.
But
Okay.
see, one story leads to another, leads to another, leads to another. Everybody else is gone.
Yeah.
We've been here a while. I appreciate you guys have a problem. It's not that I don't want to help you, but I can't.
It was at one point though, because when I was handed that paper and they told me to
should
take
have
care of
handed
it.
it to the owner.
I did. That's who gave it to me. And so I said, all right. So I tried to get it done. I ended up doing it myself. She signed it off. Hold on one second. She signed it off.
Who signed it off?
Alicia
Clark, with
Yeah.
code enforcement. Code
Yeah.
enforcement wouldn't give you something to trim the trees for water and power. That wouldn't happen. The order would come from water and power.
Well, it said trim trees. It was what it said was trim the overgrowth, all the overgrowth, and remove
So that's
dead.
like weed abatement. That's like this stuff. That's different from water and power.
Okay, well, water and power. I don't think it came from them because
It did. Not if Alicia came out. It did.
water and power cut their
Right.
stuff,
They do their
and
own.
then the stuff on inside of the property, which
Right.
was surrounding all the
Then that
power.
has nothing to do with water and power. That's property maintenance.
Okay, so well, that
So if
was
your lease says that you're responsible for maintaining the grounds, then it would be appropriate to give it to you.
okay. But on there is also an order for an occupancy. It was coded out. Inspection. Now she was here and she told me that the owners, that the owners didn't have an occupancy inspection yet. She was waiting. I said, "Would you like to come in?" And she said, "No, the owners have to order that."
Yeah, it's not.
So
You can't just go in and do it.
and then when I called in the last time when we called in to get help, anything from here. Someone said at code enforcement, they said, well, we've been trying in the back. I said, we've been trying to get into that place for a long time, right? And I said, did you leave anything on the door? Did you call me? Did you do anything? And they said no.
What's this?
This was code enforcement.
Code enforcement is like 30 people.
Yeah, I know.
You don't have a name.
but I have names.
Then that would be
And
that would be an issue with John.
and then they.
I'm coming
Yeah.
across as maybe
No,
being
I
on
understand.
rude here, but it's just frustrating. There's so much going on. I can't help you with this stuff.
I know.
I mean,
was just
I'm listening to you,
just-
but things were done.
we got stonewalled at
Well,
every single
well,
corner.
I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
I'm
know.
here.
You're here.
Right? I yellow tagged the house. That's why I'm here, was to
Yeah.
yellow tag the house. I put it's okay to remove your possessions. I don't think there's any possessions within the house.
Oh, there are.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
Ophelia is telling you that if you're volunteering that this is sewer contaminated, that forces her to tell you that you're not supposed to handle it.
Yeah.
Tony, I guess, or Ophelia. It sounds like Ophelia ordered the water to be turned off. I don't
Yeah,
know if
that's
she
weird.
actually said that, but it sounded like that's what happened with the water in the trench. I know Tony can't do that.
Tony had the meter pop.
Tony can't do that. Tony can't do that. I can do that. If they want that done, they call me and I do it. Just like I can place a yellow tag or a red tag. They can't do that. I can issue a stop work order. They can't do that. I can't write citations. I call them when I need a citation.
So who did order the meter out? I mean, the
It's
meter to be taken out?
Maybe health department got it. That's John saying Tony didn't do it. Maybe Tony called Ophelia and had Ophelia do it.
He was right here with the guy I was with.
Was
the whole
Ophelia
time.
here?
Yeah.
Ophelia was here.
Then-
Now, but Tony also directed the man who was here. I've got his number. He didn't even want to give me his card. He was just, and then he told
Yeah, but
me.
if the bill is in your name, you can call customer service and tell them that you want the meter reading for the last meter.
Yeah.
You can find out who ordered the thing to be shut off.
Okay.
They may not give you a name, but they'll say code enforcement or health.
Okay.
All right. I know it wasn't Bill because it would have
Okay.
been me.
Yeah,
Alright.
they ordered a test.
Alright.
Yeah, I didn't see you there
So
that day.
I really have to go. I appreciate you guys
Okay.
are in the middle of a really difficult
Oh
thing.
my God.
All right.
I would try to get
Thanks
as
for
much
staying.
homework as you can. Any kind of records you've got.
Oh, we've got-
Talk to your neighbors. You got something from the environmental on this oil thing under there. I'd produce that to the health department. I don't know. It sounded like you had it in part of the conversation, but then later on, Ophelia said toward the end, she said, well, you have to get some third-party person to say that. If you already have that, then bring that to the health department.
Yeah.
Okay?
I gave her a copy.
And I would
today.
start building a case against your landlord. I mean, anything that you can bring for concrete evidence. It's going to hurt you that you did this. This isn't how it's supposed to work. All right? So you're going to need to show due diligence on your part. You want records of who you called. You need names.
And then the all the estimates as well, and describing the damage
all
and the work,
of the
all
stuff that you've done.
Right.
You need to document that.
Yeah.
But it's really for a tenant to do this kind of thing. It doesn't
There
look
was no
good. When you
other
go to
place to-
court,
there was
you're going to
nothing
look
else
like
to do.
a bunch of cowboys. You know what I mean? Where you're just in there just doing, this happens where tenants do things instead of the landlord doing it and like figure that, well, I can take it off the rent. You have to have a prearranged agreement for that. And I'm no attorney, so I'm not giving you any kind of legal advice here. But, I mean, it doesn't play out like this. And when it does, it's usually not good for the tenant. So I'm sorry that
Unless
that's
we
your
have
situation.
a lot of records and
That
Yeah.
can't hurt. That's all you've got if you've got
Yeah.
those records.
Yeah.
Is to get those records together, get whatever witnesses you can together. You know, I mean, if you've got plumbers out there and they only give you something verbal,
Oh no, I've got
call
written.
them back and ask them if you can get something in writing, subpoena them,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be a big thing on you guys to stay out of trouble for this.
Yeah. What do people do? I mean, see, it wasn't
I
like we could just pack up and move. That was the whole
I
thing. It was just.
I can't help you with that.
I know, I
I understand
know.
the situation is horrible. I understand that. I'm a building inspector.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't furnish you aid. All I can tell you is I would do this, I would do that, and I can say you can't live there because it's not happening.
Oh no.
So-
No. We were told that this.
But see, if that happened before you did any of this demolition, then you could go to housing and say, look at the deplorable conditions that we're living under. And then the onus would have been on the owner to do something.
Yeah. Well, everyone's sent us. We have phone records of everything.
Well, then
They
I'd
sent
start
us back.
assembling a case for yourselves, all right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. I apologize because I get really frustrated and
No, it's
everybody's
okay.
just
We understand.
I know you just got so many directions that there's so much wrong, and you know you're dealing with a lot of stuff, and you know you need to just document everything.
Not a problem.
All right.
Everything's documented.
Yeah, we have actually really good.
I've got 2 terabytes of information.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I gotta go. I
Thank
wish you
you.
guys
Thank
the
you
best
so
of luck
much.
with everything. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Now I will call you guys and turn your cat back and see what he can do to help you.
And I just take a copy of it. You can just leave the door open, the inside door.